Hello everybody. I am, as everyone can hear immediately, not actually born in this country. And it would be nice to say that I came from Old Hampshire, but that would be pushing it a little bit. I actually come from Northamptonshire and London and East Anglia. Anyway, I ended up in the United States in 1966. I married an American, so I didn't have any visa problems or immigrant problems, which is possibly lucky. Anyway, I came here and we moved to California. I had three children before I moved east to Tufts University. My ex-husband taught at Tufts, but he's actually only just finished teaching at Tufts. And after we'd been there for a while, I got sort of itchy, and I said, you know, we need to get some real estate. We need to have a place where we can go for the vacations. So I had friends who were in Vermont, and we trotted up to Vermont, and thought, what a lovely idea to buy in Vermont. But I knew my husband would never travel for us for the weekend, so we ended up in New Hampshire. I found this place, advertised in the Boston Globe, 200 acres, more or less, an old farmhouse willing to subdivide. So we drove up to what seemed like the wilds of New Hampshire, which was actually the town of Grafton. Saw the houses had overcome to be subdivided. It would be tragic to subdivide this lovely old farm. So we put our pennies together and we bought it. And I moved up permanently in 1988, I think it was, 87. I was then no longer a summer person, although I had been quite active in the town before that, because the third year after we bought it, the taxes jumped 75%. Wow, everybody, I mean, they went from 400 to 700. I mean, that sounds like nothing to me. In those days, it was quite a blow. So we formed what was called the Tax Study Group, which was 2 summer people and 5 residents. And we all went running around the town. We photographed every house in the town. We did our sort of own inventory, better than the assessors and the selectmen. And we worked out about equalized valuation and average daily membership, and decided that the school really should be paid more for the people who sent children to school, which has actually reverted now. Anyway, so I got really itchy when I was living there, saying, you know, I would have to go to town meeting and I wasn't a citizen. So they would have to vote for the body to allow me to speak. And I would say, what do you mean, allow me to speak? Taxation without representation. So anyway, I became a citizen in '94 and I ran for the Budget Committee, the Planning Board. I was appointed to the Recreation Committee, not sort of by accident. Then I ran for selectmen 3 terms in a row, and I was discarded by the town. Oh, they didn't like me. I was a woman, I was a foreigner, I might be quite bright. So somebody approached me in 2003, I think it was the Craig Benson's years, which was 2002, 3 and 4. But it was too late. They approached me before I had re-registered as a Democrat, so I gave up. I apparently, in 24 hours, could have got 150 signatures, but I didn't think it was possible. So they waited for 2 years, and I ran in 2000 for the 2005 term, and I got in, to everybody's amazement, including my own. And I went on the Ways and Means Committee, because I said my background is in finance, that's the thing I know about, the Budget Committee. The town sort of operates sometimes sort of like a microcosm of the state, and you see all those conflicts. And you realize that sometimes it's important to spend money to save money, but the investment principle is not very well understood by the electorate generally. So anyway, I was on Ways and Means for 2 terms, and I went on something called Local and Regulated Revenues, which was a sort of a spillover from Ways and Means, and that was horrible. We dealt a lot with gambling. Then I was ousted in the terrible backtrack of 2010 and the O'Brien regime. 2010, yes, I'm losing my track of my years, and so I sat out for 2 years and watched my poor friends who had got re-elected suffer in the House. Then I got back in last term and went on to Commerce and Consumer Affairs, and if ever there was a schizophrenic committee, that's it. And I hated it. I really hated it. I'll never go back to the commerce again, though I do like consumer protection. But you see an awful lot of lobbying of the insurance business and the healthcare business and the banking business and the poor people in the FRN scandal who got robbed of huge amounts of money. I won't go into that, it's complicated. It was mentioned at one of the other meetings that we had here. Anyway, so I've been bitten by the conquered bug. I really want to go back. I really think I can be useful. I really think I know my way around. I think I know how to listen, and that's probably the most important characteristic that I have, because I'm not one who jumps in and speaks my piece at every moment. I listen in committee and thinking, oh my God, no, they're not going to ask another question. It happens. Anyway, so that's where I am. I have 3 daughters, one in Boston, one in Chicago, one in England. I have 5 grandchildren who I never see. And I have 12 dogs and 4 puppies who I'm opening the cells from. And another puppy whose name is Dee Dee, which stands for developmentally disabled, and we need to go for that. So thank you very much.